Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. The future depends on what you do today. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Where there is love, there is life. No uttered from the deepest conviction is better than a yes merely uttered to please, or worse, to avoid trouble. It is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Action expresses priorities. Nonviolence is a weapon of the strong. There is no God higher than truth. The weak can never forgive. It is the action, not the fruit of the action, that is important. To believe in something and not to live it is dishonest. What you do may be a drop in the ocean, but the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. In matters of conscience, the law of the majority has no place. If you want to change the world, change yourself. The real test of a man's character is what he would do if he knew he would never be found out. You may never know what results come from your action, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I cannot teach you violence, as I do not believe in it. I can only teach you not to react with violence. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Peace is not merely the absence of war. It is also a state of mind. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. It does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. There is no greatness where there is not simplicity, goodness, and truth. All happiness depends on a leisurely breakfast. The only tyrant I accept in this world is the still voice within. Man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow men. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Live simply so that others may simply live. A nation's greatness is measured by how it treats its weakest members. The best way to get yourself a friend is to be one. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. It is better to be violent, if there is violence in our hearts, than to put on the cloak of non-violence to cover impotence. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Truth alone will endure. All the rest will be swept away before the tide of time. Non-violence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. The man who is really a man is the man who can afford to be gentle. The power of love is stronger than the love of power. We must not lose faith in humanity. If you don't ask, you don't get. There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. We must become the change we seek in the world. Silence becomes cowardice when occasion demands speaking out the whole truth. My life is my message. If you want to be happy, be. What you do may seem insignificant, but it is very important that you do it. Peace is not merely the absence of war. The only way to find peace is to create it. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. A coward is incapable of exhibiting love. It is the prerogative of the brave. We must not allow our current desires to disrupt our vision of the future. Service which is rendered without joy helps neither the servant nor the served. Your life is your message to the world. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. An ounce of practice is worth more than tons of preaching. It is the law of the world that he who does not stand for something will fall for anything. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Love is the strongest force in the world. An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. You can't shake hands with a clenched fist. A man's true wealth is the good he does in this world. True beauty is not just in how we look, but in how we treat others. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. I have found that among its other benefits, giving liberates the soul of the giver. Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. A no uttered from the deepest conviction is better than a yes merely uttered to please. There is no force more powerful than a woman determined to rise. You can't put a limit on anything. The more you dream, the farther you get. Truth never damages a cause that is just. Be truthful, gentle, and fearless. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. Faith is not something to grasp, it is a state to grow into. Which phrase did you like most? Share in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.